welcome to New Earth Lifestyles. I'm Janie King, your host. Thank you for joining us today. Today is Thursday, February 20th, 2014. We're here in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you to manchestertv.org for making the space available and allowing us to have this opportunity to have community access to you free. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to do my passion. This is something I've come to love to do, so thanks for joining me. New Earth Lifestyles is a program about new ways of looking at how you live your life, giving you an opportunity to perhaps find ways to heal yourself if you have something going on, or to enjoy your life a little better, or simply give you a different perspective on how you're living your life. And so today, coming up, we have our guest today, Tanji Samson, with her singing bowls. And Tanji is from Hooksett, New Hampshire. And so welcome, Tanji. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank
bringing
you,
your
Jane.
Beautiful bowls.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm very excited to be with you today.
I'm excited. I'm going to gong on that.
There you go.
So, this is what Tanji does. You do singing bowls as a healing modality along with other things. So that's what we'll be talking about today. So, so why don't you begin by just giving us a little introduction as to who you are and what you do, how you came to do all this stuff.
My name is Tanji Samson, and I'm an alternative energy healer in Hooksett. My office is located right in Hooksett on Bypass 28. I'm located over Natural Choice Market, the
health food store?
The health food store, thank you, yes. I'm up on the second floor.
Yeah.
And these are some of the bowls I use in my practice.
Beautiful bowls.
Yeah, I went to, I went to Snow Lion Center School in New Mexico for energy healing in 2005, and I graduated in 2009. And in the process of going to school, I was introduced to the bowls, and it became my passion. So when I did graduate from Snow Lion, I began collecting more bowls, and I use the bowls quite a bit in my practice. That's my passion, and that's one of the main modalities, along with hands-on raindrop technique. I use essential oils, and drums, feathers.
Great. Well, can you tell us a little bit about what Snow Lion is? That's kind of a new term for some of us.
Oh, Snow Lion. Yes, because you're a Barbara Brennan.
I am a Barbara Brennan graduate.
Well, Snow Lion was started by Rolf Steiner, and he was a Barbara Brennan graduate.
Okay.
So he went on, brought over her way of teaching, a lot of her steps and what she does in Barbara Brennan, he built into the school, but he took it one step further and brought in a lot of other modalities. So not only do they teach the Barbara Brennan hands-on steps, they also bring in a lot of Native American. They bring in drumming. They add a few more pieces to it. So it's very rounded when you're finished.
Okay, so it's similar in the fact that you kind of learning about who you are, while at the same time learning healing techniques from different modalities, along with Barbara Brennan type, but also perhaps shamanism and maybe other techniques from Eastern areas.
They
of the
bring in
world.
They bring in a lot of the Eastern philosophy, because the two owners of the school, Carla Demers and Joey Blue, they spend a lot of time in Nepal.
I see.
And they get a lot of training from the monks over there, and then they bring it back and incorporate it into Snow Lion over here. So they bring in a lot of the Eastern philosophy as well as the Native American philosophy, because they live right in Taos, New Mexico. So the Native American traditions are a big part of that area too.
Of
so
Taos,
they intertwine it all. So
I see.
you
Wow.
come out with a very well-rounded alternative healing background.
I see.
And it allows you to choose the aspects that you're drawn to, that are dear to you, that you connect with.
Great. Yeah. And you have a little Native American background in your heritage, did I hear you say once?
I do.
Yeah.
Both my great-grandparents on my mother's side were full-blooded Blackfoot.
Wow.
So, yes, I do have that
Full-blooded
heritage.
Blackfoot, so that's very strong on that side.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. So the bowls, these are amazing. Just being in their presence is huge. They are strong-feeling beings. I call everything beings. If anyone's watched the show before, everything is alive to me. So these bowls are just fantastic. Can you start to tell us maybe one by one
yes.
what's going on with them?
Okay,
who they are.
Who they are. So these are 4 of my 32. I just brought a small sampling in. And the little one here is Chakra 1.
Oh.
And that's the first chakra, which is for grounding, which has a very nice deep tone. That's the 3rd chakra. Okay. And that has a very deep, low, grounding sound to it. That's 5th chakra. And this is my little Pima bowl, which is 4th.
Little what bowl? Pima?
Yes, this is called a Pima. The Nepalese, because it fits in your hand and it's a nice small size to carry, they refer to them as Pima bowls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Lovely, lovely sound.
Yes. So we use these bowls. I use these bowls not only for group sessions, but for private sessions. When I do a group session with these bowls, it's for meditation and relaxation.
Okay.
And then if you come for a private session, we would use them for relaxation or healing.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. And so I kind of work in organic fashion with my clients, so I'm curious, is that how you work with yours? Or
Exactly.
So the client's energy would kind of dictate which bowls and which tools that you have in your healing room you're called to use.
Yes, depending on what the client needs to work on or what issues they're going through would be what bowls I would be called to use. When they come in for private sessions, just for relaxation purposes, then I use them all.
Oh.
And they're around on top, on shelving, so all the bowls are being used, and I'm playing them in a manner that I'm being guided to play to what they need at the time and where they need to release and what areas of the body need to be relaxed and where they have the tension and where things are being held.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I'd love to have one of your sessions. I noticed that you offer things in the evening for groups to come in and meditate to bowls. And so when groups come in, tell me, how does that work? Say how many people come in, and then what do you do in a group thing?
Well, I run classes. I run relaxation meditation classes during the day and at night, and whoever wants to come in can come into those. Those are on a walk-in basis, or you can buy a group card, or I go out to people will call me and say, "Can you come and do a bowl session for our group?" I also go to like chiropractor offices. I go to businesses. The town of Derry had me coming in once a month for their employees.
Nice.
And I would come in and do an hour session once a month. And it started as once a month and then went to once a week.
Great.
They wanted to keep their employees grounded. So I do groups. I go to businesses. I go to town halls. Other people will have me come into their healing centers and do hour sessions. So it depends on who's looking for it and what. But
Right.
anybody can walk in and take one of my classes.
Okay, so you're right at 28 Bypass in Hooksett, right upstairs from the New Health Food Store. We call it the New Health Food Store
Yeah.
because it hasn't been there that long. It's like a log cabin.
Yes, it looks like a big log cabin.
Yeah.
Yes, if you're coming from 101, it's on the left. If you're coming from
Like the
Route 3,
99.
90. Yes, if you're coming from 99, it would be up on your right.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. And what are some of the things that people have experienced from the bowls?
Well, I work with patients that are going through chemo that happen to be, the bowls are very good for releasing the side effects of chemo.
Great.
So I
How
work
does
with
that work?
It basically works the same way as hands-on, like the hands-on, only the sound and the vibration is going through the body instead of the energy from our hands.
Right.
It's all being done with sound and vibration. So I work with cancer patients. I work with, I have a few patients right now that I'm working with that are fighting Lyme disease that are having very good results with the bowls.
Excellent. Well, that's good to know.
Arthritis, pretty much anything that you're going through, anything emotional, it helps with. The nice thing about the bowls is it works the same way massage does too. For the people that want to relax, I have clients that come to me because they don't like being touched, so they won't go to a massage therapist.
I see.
But because the bowls, because of the sound and vibration going through the body, they get that same feeling with working through releasing the sore spots and the stiffness through the joints and muscles, the same way a massage therapist would be, but they don't have that
being
feeling of
touched.
somebody being touched.
Great. And so that probably can be even deeper, couldn't it?
Very deep, yes, because not only is it working on the physical level, it's working on the emotional level too. So it's doing 2 or 3 times at the same at once.
all the levels,
Exactly.
and getting the vibration of the bowl, and of course the body takes in what it can, what it needs to. Even with hands-on energy work, the body kind of takes it and moves it wherever it needs it in the body. So with the bowls and that vibration that you've got going on, it almost feels otherworldly to me, of being expanded out and deep inside, and in all the dimensions of getting the benefit.
Whatever the hands are doing, the bowls do. So
Yeah.
it's encompassing all 4 of those levels.
Right.
Yeah, and doing its
Cool.
magic.
So are these 7 metals bowls?
These are 7 metals.
Okay.
These are 7 metals, and depending on what tone they're getting for the chakra, what chakra they want to get that is depending on the amounts of the metals they're putting in.
Oh, I see. So
the concentration. So let's say we're working on the first chakra. The concentration would be lead, and then they would be
lead.
adding.
Oh, grounding.
Grounding, and
I
then
see.
they'd be adding the tin and iron and gold and copper and mercury into
tin
to
and
build that
iron
tone.
and gold and mercury and lead and what else?
lead, tin, iron, mercury, gold,
Brass
silver,
and silver.
and copper.
Oh, silver and copper. I never really knew what the 7 metals. I made some assumptions that weren't true. But that's okay. I didn't realize mercury was in these bowls.
Yeah, mercury is the 7th. Is the 6th, right?
Which is
2,
the
3, 4, 5,
least?
6.
When you give the numbers, is it the least amount or the more amount? Is
It depends on the
that's right,
the chakra that they're making.
Yes, you just said, yeah.
And then each bowl has a letter attached to it, the musical letter.
Oh yes, A B C or D, E F G,
Right.
Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do.
First chakra is F. Second chakra would be C. Third chakra would be G. Fourth would be D. Fifth would be A. Sixth would be E. And seventh would be B.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow.
So
So they don't really go in order, then, do they?
No, they don't.
And I always
So-
was curious about that, because when I went to Barbara Brennan School, we had we learned the tones and so forth, but I have this block of having to remember, what do you call it? Facts. I have a block about having to remember this chakra is this tone, and this chakra is that tone, and and we had this thing of states of being. We had to remember which chakras to open and which ones to close for certain states of being in our energy field. And then in the end they would say, well, but if you just hold your heart open, you don't have to remember all those. Well, but guess what? That's what I do. I just keep my heart energy, my heart center open, and I don't have to worry about the other ones that, if you have this characterology, you have to do this certain thing with your energy, and it was just so complicated. Why not just do the simple thing?
Yeah, and just set the intention that what needs to be open is open, and what needs to be closed is closed.
There you go.
And it works.
Intention is everything, isn't it?
Yeah, because you start putting the mindset there and trying to think. You can't be in the level of the healing
right.
if your mind is in it.
Exactly, and that's kind of why I had to just do something simple, because I'd be in my third chakra, and that mind thing of the thought process that keeps you disconnected from what you're really wanting to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So third chakra here, this would be the G, and that would be our G note right there.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so the third chakra is your solar plexus.
Solar plexus, yeah.
Self-esteem.
And that's self-esteem.
And want to tell us more about any more that want to express about that?
Third chakra is just where we hold everything, self-esteem, where we are, how we build ourselves, what we think of ourselves. Yeah.
So if anyone while watching out there, this would be a good place for you to kind of check in with yourself as Tanji sounds the bowl, to check in with how that feels for you in the realm of your personal power and everything that you just said about the basics of how your energy is running, and who are you, and what do you think about yourself. And you have some other mallets you were going to talk about too. So so
when I am playing this, even though we are here and you are watching us from TV or your computer, you can still connect in with your body and see how it feels in your body. See where it's hitting you, what it feels like when it's going through you, where it's going through you, and just connect with that and see how it feels. This is a very powerful bowl, and you will feel it in your body, even where you are sitting, wherever you are sitting. Yes, and
it's got a long resonance, huh?
Yes, it has. This is a great bowl. It has a really long resonance, and it will go for a long time. This is the fourth chakra. You should not always. It's for your heart. It opens up the heart, has you connect with others and how you feel and how you take on people around you. Judgment, how not to hold judgment. A lot of people don't feel this in their heart, though. A lot of people I have had say will feel this in their head.
Yeah, I was just going to say I felt it up here.
Yes, up around the seventh chakra.
Yeah.
Fifth chakra, that's opening the throat, using your voice, using being able to connect and say what you need to say. Talk to people letting them know how you feel without being afraid, without feeling guilty. A lot of us tend to shut down when it comes to talking. We're afraid to say our piece. We're afraid to hurt people's feelings. We're afraid if we do say something, people will take it in a judgmental way. So this helps. This will help opening that chakra so that you can use your voice in a way you need to use it without hurting feelings and then thinking that you've done something wrong, said something wrong.
Right.
Yeah. Then so here's, if I hit this with my wooden mallet, see there's a higher pitch to it. It's higher and kind of more tinny, and a lot of the higher vibrations will come out. Now if I stop this bowl and I hit it with this mallet, which is has cloth around it, it brings out lower. It's lower and deeper tones.
Oh, there's a harmonic there. You can hear a harmonic.
Exactly.
Like two different octaves.
And that's what it does. If I hit it with this, which is a rubber mallet.
Oh, wow, that's even different.
Yes.
Huh.
So In a group class, when you're relaxing or meditating, I am using 4 or 5 different mallets just on one bowl. So you multiply this time 32 bowls with 6 mallets, and the intensity is amazing. What will happen in an hour, and what you will come out feeling like.
I'd probably be rubber. I'd have to sit around for a while to come back into my body and be able to drive my car.
and that's another thing. Yes. When you do this, you asked me a question: how many people come to my class?
Yeah.
I don't like to have more than 10 people in a class, 10, 12 tops, because I'm holding energy for all of those people at the same time. Not only am I playing the bowls and listening to what's coming into me, to how I play these bowls, but I have to hold the energy for these 10 people. So if for instance, something did happen and somebody did go into process, I would be able to hold that for them. And then I have to be able to reground these people, make sure these people are all grounded before they leave and do get into their car.
Well, you just said a lot that I'd like to have you explain a little more deeply, because a lot of people that don't really understand about the process work and grounding and out of the body and those types of things. So if you could back up a little bit and maybe explain what you mean by why would you only want 10 people? Because what does it mean for you to be holding energy or holding space for 10 or 12 people? What does that mean for the layperson?
Holding space means when the people come in and we're using the sound and vibration, a lot can happen to these people. It's like you being in, let's say you're in this room and the windows and the doors, it's like somebody's opening all the windows and doors of your body. And when the sound and vibration starts working, it makes you vulnerable. And once the sound and vibration starts going into your body, it opens you up and it starts releasing things and it starts moving things. It starts unleashing the layers like an onion, peeling the skin away.
The emotional layers, or the physical holding layers, or the spiritual holding layers, or whatever layers might be. You might have. We all have layers of stuff or blockages in our energy that let go. So. And
this does it. It does it on a very subtle way, because we're not doing a healing session. It's just relaxation and meditation. But the bowls are still doing that, but they're doing it very subtly. So what happens is sometimes somebody, when we say process, somebody can start having a reaction.
Like what would be a reaction?
Maybe crying, or maybe laughing. I've had people.
That's usually my way of releasing.
I've had people just break out in the middle of these meditation relaxation sessions, laughing.
Yeah.
Or crying, sneezing, coughing. That's all. That's releasing blocks. Believe it or not, stuff that we've got trapped in our body, and they don't think anything of it. They're coughing. But if you're coughing for a solid hour, now we have to get this person grounded and back down so they can leave without the coughing. So they can quit that process and go out and be grounded. Now grounded means connecting back to your body, back to where you are, back to this moment in time.
So coughing, if someone happens to have a coughing spell in the middle of one of your bowl sessions, singing bowl sessions, would that mean that their fifth chakra is being opened up, and a lot of stuff's coming out, and the coughing is actually helping it to come out their throat and their mouth?
Yes, I was just going to say that would be, yes, you took the words right out of my mouth. It would be fifth chakra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
And so coming to one of these singing bowl meditations, people need to expect the unexpected, maybe, or not know what to expect, but be okay with whatever comes through.
Come in with an open mind, open heart, open mind, and just let whatever happens. And that's what I tell them when we start our class. Just be in the moment, let everything go, and just be open and allow whatever needs to happen. And great things happen. I mean, and if you come once a week, I have a student. He comes anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week, and he's been coming for a year. And the changes that I've seen in him are amazing, just amazing. Things that he can do now that he would have never been able to do, because his self-confidence has gotten better, his self-esteem, his self-awareness. It's just, yeah.
So if you don't mind saying a little more about that without just divulging any confidentiality, what has gotten so much better? I mean, like you just said, his self-esteem, but how did that manifest in the world for him?
He has a better relationship with his family, with his wife, with his kids, with the people at work. He used to be things just don't bother him.
Great.
He just
and that's so big, isn't
off.
it? That is so big to be able to have life, which is what this program is. What I have geared this program toward is how can we make our lives happier and let things slide off, or not have these daily occurrences that used to bother us and give us all these self-judgments or point fingers at people. How can we let that go and not have that bother us? And here you are. This is one way that we can do that, is coming to some of your singing bowl meditations.
I have people that come for all reasons, everywhere from needing to release the stress and keep the blood pressure down. I have students that just come to me for that because their blood pressure is high. They don't want to take meds. They come to my class once, twice a week. Their blood pressure stays normal. So everybody has their own reason why they come, and it works for them.
It works. That's the great thing.
Yeah.
It's not invasive whatsoever.
No.
At all to your physiology. It's gentle and relaxing. And if someone's having an experience that they wanted to break or to step away from, that you're free to get up and move out of the meditation if you wanted. I mean,
Exactly.
if worse came to worse, and you have those choices. But if you're taking meds, you really don't have those. Or if you have surgery, those are kind of defined things that happen.
And even if you aren't taking the meds, like say, for instance, we were talking about chemo patients.
Yes.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah.
But this allows them, the alternative healing, the bowls, the hands-on, it allows them to release the negative aspects of the drugs, so they don't have the side effects. So the drugs can do their work without the huge problems from the side effects.
So some of the chemo side effects might be nausea and loss of hair and other physiological discomfort. And so do you help people set their intention before they start, as far as people that are on chemo, and helping them to align to what their desires are for these bowls to do for them?
Yes.
Ah, great.
I basically work it the same way you would, hands-on. I do the same. I set the intention and work on whatever they want to work on, whether it would be whether I'm doing a hands-on session or a bowl session. It works the exact same way, except we're using the sound and vibration.
Right.
Yeah, so it's whatever they need to do. A lot of them come in saying, I can't stand the nausea.
Nausea is a big thing for chemo,
and this helps release the nausea
because
for
you can't.
them.
Yeah,
they don't have it.
The only thing they have is other drugs, and sometimes they don't help. So, wow, this is so great to have an alternative to that. And vibration it's all there is, isn't it? I mean, everything vibrates. Everything which is moving. Even the earth is vibrating all the time, and so. That wavelength of energy that's coming from the bowl, and that sound and that tone, it's almost like a color too, isn't it? I mean, we can look at it also as colors have tones.
Yes, and when people get up off my table or come out of a class, they'll sit up and they'll go, "Oh, guess what colors I saw today?"
Right.
Guess what I saw? Why did I see this color?
Right.
And the colors are always different.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, depending on what they're going through or what they're releasing. Yeah.
Right.
The colors are different.
It's amazing. So, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite bowl? Did you bring your favorite bowl?
I did not bring my favorite bowl. My favorite bowl is it's called the grandmother bowl. It's for grounding, and it's about twice the size of this, maybe 2.5 times. It's
a big bowl.
Yeah, it's a
lot to carry.
27 inches, 24 inches.
Wow.
It's big. But it is heavy. I take it when I do take it when I do concerts and group classes for other people, but I didn't bring it in today. It would take up too much of the table. It has a nice deep low, and it was a gift, and it's one of my favorites. And then I have a bowl. Very old bowl, probably 2,000 years old. How it
2,000 years
yeah,
old?
it's
Wow.
ancient. I don't know how we
How
got
cool
a hold
is
of
that?
it. Yeah, but it's an oldie, and it's so old it's black.
So old as black. Nobody has cleaned it. We don't want to clean old
Yeah.
things because they're antique, and you want to show their patina.
Yeah,
right?
that stays in my meditation room at home. I don't take that one out.
I see.
But yeah, I have several. This bowl here, this one's actually my first. This is my original. This is the very first bowl that I owned that I was able to purchase.
And where did that came from? Tibet?
This one came from Nepal.
Nepal.
This came straight. It was handpicked. It's brought straight over.
You can see the hand tapping, the tamer, whatever you call
They
it.
hand tap them. It takes 4 monks. 3
4 monks or months?
One holds it while the other 3 hammer and put prayers in.
Oh wow!
That's how
They
they're-
put prayers
the one,
in?
Yeah, the whole they're doing mantras the whole time they're pounding,
Mantras, which are
prayers. Tibetan and
Tibetan
Nepalese.
Buddhist prayers. I didn't realize they put prayers in as
Anything
they're
that
making.
isn't, yeah,
And so,
that's why they're called healing bowls. Yeah, the ones that are made by the monks and have prayers put into them. The ones that are machine made, not so much.
I'm always curious about mine. This is supposed to be 100. I mean, you can tell it is handmade.
Yeah,
too.
it is, because you can tell the machine made ones don't have the little divots and
divots and dents.
dimples and dents. Exactly.
Where they've hand hammered it.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. And they told me not to clean this because it would take
You
the
can
patina.
you clean it with lemon, organic lemon.
Oh.
You cut your lemon in quarters and you clean it. And the way you know it's clean is when you, it comes out. It will come out
The
clean.
lemon
the juice,
will
the
no
lemon
longer-
won't. There won't be no more black.
No more black on the lemon.
That's how you clean
so
your
I'd
bowls.
like you. So I can squeeze my lemon and use it the juice, and then I'll clean it with the
Ex-
leftover.
Yes,
The
organic
leftover
lemon.
Organic lemon. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So that's interesting. So there's 3 monks tapping or hammering,
Yeah.
and one is holding somehow,
Yep, holding it. Yeah.
and they're all doing
That's
the same
tradition.
mantra. Or they don't use their own
That I don't
mantra?
know. That I don't know. I just know they do mantras. I don't know if
Uh-huh.
they're all saying the same one or if they're doing their own.
Okay.
That's a good question. I don't have the answer to that one.
Okay, well, that's curious. I just saw someone emailed me the Dalai Lama chanting for that Polish man that passed away. What was his name?
He was doing the death chant. Yes.
Yeah, for 14 minutes. Just the Dalai Lama, and his voice is just so amazing and deep, and he is going on and on and on with the Buddhist or the Sanskrit. I think the Sanskrit chant.
Yes.
And it just felt so amazing to hear from the one, the Dalai Lama, doing the thing for this. What was his name? Began with V. Anyway, the one that helped Poland come out of the the difficult time a while ago. But anyway, it was just an amazing thing. So I kind of pictured that as you were talking about the monks putting the mantra in, because I imagine this takes a long time too. I mean, 4 monks working how long?
Because they have to heat it and cool it and heat it and cool it and hammer it. So they take,
I see.
depending on the size.
So it's like a blacksmith shop type of affair,
I
probably.
think so. I've never seen
they've
it
got to
done,
have.
but that's what I picture
Yeah.
in my brain when I read it. Yeah.
Yeah. So very interesting. And this one's tuned to the heart chakra.
This one's tuned to the heart. This one's tuned to the throat. And then this one is tuned.
Why don't you hold that little one up, because
This
I can't
is-
see it behind
Yeah,
there.
this is a baby one. Actually, this comes from my master set. A master set is 7 bowls. I'm
Oh.
sorry, is 14 bowls. 7 large bowls and 7 tiny bowls. Each of one for chakras 1 through 7.
I see.
A set of big bowls, and then 1 through 7 the little set. This is the little first chakra bowl of the small.
I
set.
see. Maybe I just realized maybe people don't even know what chakras are out there, some people that are watching. So maybe we, 7's a magic number for the chakra numbers, but I don't know if, I think I've explained it on the show before, but it might be a good review. Would you like to just review the chakras, or want me to do?
You go.
Well, there's 7 chakras, 7 energy centers in our body that bring energy into our energy field or aura, and they start between the root chakra is number 1. It's down. It comes out your perineum, which is between your legs. So that's like a swirling vortex of energy that points down. The second chakra is in your sacral area. And again, these are vortexes of energy that bring energy, well, ideally will bring energy into our body. And
front and back.
Front and back, yeah. The back of our sacrum and the front. So we've got these like tornadoes of energy. They're shaped like a tornado, and if they're working properly, they're bringing energy into our aura to create our energy field. And then the third chakra is our solar plexus, so that's an energy center here. Then the heart and the back of the heart, so that pairs up that go up the torso, and then the fifth chakra in the back, and then the sixth chakra, the third eye in the back of the third eye, and then the seventh, the crown chakra, which is the halo that some people depict over Jesus or Mary or saints and so forth. You'll see a circle up here behind them, and many people believe that that's depicting the seventh chakra, seventh energy center, which is coming in from God, bringing the energy in from the divine. So those are the seven chakras, and so then when you talk about the seven bowls being tuned to those, they're tuned to those different areas of our body, which is our energy field, which matriculate the energy into our energy field. It actually holds our physiology in place.
Right. And when those chakras are shut down, that's when we get sick.
Right.
Our bodies physically have problems. So that's the belief anyway. When our chakras are shut down, that's when we get when it comes out of our body physically, because it has no other way to come out, and that's when we literally get sick.
Right.
So as long as we keep these chakras open and balanced and spinning clockwise, that keeps us healthy. And these bowls are one of the things that help to do that.
Right. So, for instance, if someone has a thyroid issue, your thyroid's here, and it may connect in with also any speaking issues that you have around speaking your truth or other things. That I think you mentioned some earlier. You would use one bowl you would use would be the fifth chakra bowl, perhaps, or maybe you.
Yes,
maybe
and perhaps maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
Because that thyroid problem may be attached to another emotional problem,
there you
and
go.
so we would be using a different bowl.
So there's really no rule, is there?
There's no rule. No rule.
And I was trying to make one, but there really isn't.
There isn't. No rule.
I guess I was trying to simplify it, and it's really not simplified. It's the universe is, we're all such unique beings, and that's one thing that is great about energy work of all sorts, whether it's the bowls or the what I do, or the tuning forks, or all shamanism, drums, whatever, is every human being, even though you have a thyroid issue or a heart issue or cancer in your body or something, we're all unique. And what's going to be beneficial for you is not necessarily beneficial for me if we have the same diagnosis, because what's the root of that? What was the spark that started that thing to happen in your body? It can be totally different, or it can be similar, but it's really unique. Because we're unique beings.
I can have 5 people on the floor and play this bowl, and they all feel it in a different place. So
you know that.
So that vibration is going in where that person needs it at that time.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And we have all these chakras, these 7 energy centers, front and back, are bringing energy in to make our aura, but our aura is our whole body too, and it's in every cell, and it's in every organ.
Yeah.
It's in every molecule of who we are. So the fifth level of vibration, or the third, or whatever, goes all over everywhere in the body too. So that would make a lot of sense. I know it can get complicated if you start analyzing it. We don't analyze.
And I tell them, don't even go there. Just sit there and let it happen.
Let it happen.
Just let it
Let her
happen.
rip. Life is good. Have fun listening to these bowls, or just being. So you're just being, relaxing. That's great.
And that's one of the things that I say when people come in and do a group class. I explain to them, and I tell them, don't try to figure it out. Don't try to follow it. Don't make it hard. Just lay there and let it do its thing and go through your body. Because if you sit there and try to figure it out or explain it, it just muddies up things and complicates things.
Yeah, because it can't be explained, really.
And I'll have somebody come in and go, well, you didn't play it the same way as you did last week. No. How come? And it's like, Because I didn't.
Today's a new day.
Exactly.
The moon is a different place in the sky. And
it's never the same.
Nothing's the same.
It's never the same. So they come in expecting that the bowls to be played in the exact same way, the exact same tone, and it doesn't happen that way.
No, and that's what New Earth Lifestyles is about. Everything changes. Change is what we know for sure, right? That's the given, that everything's changing all the time. Nothing ever stays the same.
That's correct.
Ever. And so the same thing with my energy healings when I work with people too. I know that every time they come in it's going to be different, so I have to tell them I usually tell people up front, it's most likely every time you come to see me we'll have a different experience. I'll do different things. You'll go different places, or you'll experience it differently because they're ready for the next level, or that's how the universe works. They've already gone through one thing that's no longer necessary to do what we did last time, so we do something different. The same with the bowls, and it's fun. Change is a good thing. Get used to having, get used to change. Get used to nothing being the same, and everything will work out much better for you.
Right. And I always tell the students, the one sound you don't like is the one you need. So I'll have students say, "Oh, I don't like that sound. That doesn't resonate with me." I play it longer because that's the one they need to clear a block. So you need to keep that in mind if you go somewhere else and experience it somewhere else, or even with the crystal bowls. If they're playing a sound, a tone you don't like, that's the one you need the most.
Isn't that amazing? And that's true. Discomfort, any kind of discomfort is where you need to focus on.
Correct. Yeah.
Great. Let's have a little gong for that.
There you go.
You can gong them all.
We'll gong them all. Nice, huh?
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Just feel that.
Yes, it feels good. I just breathe it in.
Breathe it out.
That's right. That's right.
And so tell me, I don't think you've used all the mallets, have you?
No. So I just used this one. I like this one because it does a lot of deep ones. This is my rubber mat.
It's the rubber one.
Nice deep breaths. Nice deep breaths. Okay. Now this is my big wooden mallet. See the difference in the tones?
Yeah, that reminds me of church.
Church bells, yes.
Yeah, more so than the others.
And then this little wooden one is going to produce a very high tinny.
Nice. Do you...
And there you go.
There you have it.
There you have it in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, in a singing bowl.
There you have it in a singing bowl. Exactly.
Oh,
very powerful.
Nice. I gotta move my body.
Yep.
Oh my God, I can feel all the crunchies
Pull,
everywhere.
pull and push, and so multiply that times 32 and 2 gongs. Yeah, it can get pretty 32 bowls and 2 gongs.
So it's like laying there for an hour. And it's always gonging. You're just always gonging on something, and because they have such a long resonance that some of the bowls are always resounding or resonating out throughout the hour. So it's constant sound.
Constant sound
for an hour.
For an hour.
And you just decide who you're going to hit, how, when.
Yeah, guided. Yes, intuitively guided. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Guided by your guides.
And depending on who's in that room is what bowls I'll be playing and what they need.
Yeah, so how does that work? Can you tell people, what's that all about? I mean, how do you know, or how do you,
Intuitive.
So people come and they bring their energy, and you feel it
in that
and
room,
it just
and then
happens to
I
create.
just sit there, and when I do my opening prayer, I just bring in all the guides and guidance and everything we need, and then I just do what needs to be played. Yeah, and depending on the size of the group, and it's different. If I have all women, it's different. If it's just men, it's all different. If there's mixed, it's different. So depending on who's there and what's going on.
So what do you have to do? You have to do anything to prepare, or?
Well, I set my field. Yeah, I set my field, and I meditate.
And what does that mean, set your field?
I just open up my field so that I can bring in what I need to do. I open up my energy field so I can bring in what I need to bring in, so that I know what I need to do here. So I really ground. And I meditate 15 minutes before class, and then I set the room. The room is set, but I make sure the room is clear. And
so making sure the room is clear means
turn on all the candles.
Sort of cleansing it with your intention. Yes. And whatever. Do you smudge, or?
I don't smudge because we can't have it in the room. We can't have it because of the smoke detectors and and the fire.
Right.
So I do it. I cleanse the room by bringing in white light. I just raise my energy fields way up, and I just clear it with
bring in white light everywhere.
Yep.
And anything that's not vibrating at that level can't live there. So it's gone. So any energies that are dissonant to that will dissipate, will go away.
And then I sometimes, depending on what's going on, sometimes I'm guided to bring in essential oils. So I'll spritz like a lavender or a calming oil, or peace and calming, or lavender, sometimes grounding, depending on who's in there and what they need.
I see.
Yeah, just to help them get on the plane they need to be on. Yeah.
Fun.
Fun.
All good stuff. And I forgot to mention that today's a call, and if anyone's out there and wants to give Tanji any questions, our number is 603-413-0223 if you want to call in and talk with us. This is a live show, and you're all welcome to call in and question what's going on with the bowls. Is there a bowl that you like better than another as you're hearing them, or do you want to see it done differently, or what would you do? Or, any questions out there, you're welcome to call in and get involved in the conversation that's going on here, because I'm running out of questions. So your questions are always welcome. Is there anything else that you think that we haven't covered yet, Tanji?
No.
I'm curious about your name. It's a very interesting name. Is that a certain...
It's actually Native American.
I was going to say, is it Native? Is it
yes,
Blackfoot?
It is. I'm not sure whether it's Blackfoot. I do know that it's Native American. I did track it back. But there was no history on which tribe.
And what it means.
I have no.
Wow. And your mother and father gave you this name?
Yes, at the last minute.
Aha.
Yeah. Changed it at the last minute.
Really? And that is interesting.
Yeah, it was supposed to be another name. And 2 days before my mother went into labor, she changed it.
Isn't that funny? So you don't know if you were named after someone she knew in the family?
No, it wasn't by somebody I know in the no.
Oh, a relative?
No, it was no relative. No, it was actually... She was watching a late night movie. It was in Indian, and she saw it, and so she went and checked it out, and it was an Indian name, and so that's what she named me.
Because I can see the resemblance in the native. The more I look at you, like here today, I can really just see the Blackfoot in you, the native, in your facial features.
Yes. Yeah, and I do a lot of Native American work just because I'm drawn so close to it because of the background.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I would like to study actually more of that, and bring that more into my practice. But there's a lot out there to figure out and study, and
a lot to figure out and a lot to
go.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we have still a few more minutes. Is there anything else you wanted to say about any of your other things that are going on?
No. If you want to, you can go to my website if you'd like and get my class times and find out more about me and more about what I do. It's heartsongenergyhealing.com and
heartsongenergyhealing.com,
and there's all my classes are listed there. But yeah, come and take a class. I think you would like it. And, enjoy it. It's just once you try it, you get hooked. It's something amazing.
It is. Yeah. It feels amazing. It's an up and coming modality. Actually, a lot more people are getting into these bowls.
I've researched online, and I think there's only one other person that I know of that uses them in her practice in New Hampshire.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of crystal bowls out there. Crystal bowls and the singing bowls are completely different.
Oh, they are
completely.
Oh, yeah. So you don't have any crystal bowls?
I don't. Not that I haven't looked at them, but the crystal bowls are nice, but they from what I understand, and this is what research I've done and what I've been told, the crystal bowls can only, when you hit them, you can only use a rubber mallet because they're glass. They're they're glass, and so it only produces one vibration.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's not like this bowl has harmonics.
Yeah,
a lot of tones.
You only get the one tone and the one vibration coming out of whatever chakra bowl you're hitting. It only has the one tone. Where the healing bowls have lots of tones and lots of vibrations.
And because the mantras are actually tuned or sung into them by the monks who make them. Wow, that is.
You use them for healing. The crystal bowls, people use in their practice, but. There's not a lot of. I don't know the healing qualities of the crystal bowls.
Okay.
From what I research and what I know about them, they don't have the same powers.
The same, they don't resonate the same.
They don't resonate the same exactly.
Yeah.
They have beautiful tones. But,
they do.
But the tones.
Have you ever done a CD or music?
No, I want to. I have a friend that went to school with me that graduated from Snowline, and he's a musician. He's done a CD, and it's beautiful. But I don't have the. I don't know anybody that has the music studio that I can go in and do one. So that's on my bucket list. That's in the works. I mean, that I will eventually do. Nice. Right now, I haven't done one, but. I hope to.
But you've thought about doing one. So would you do the similar thing of an intuitive, just like an intuitive meditation on a CD?
And on an hour CD.
I'm sure you must have people asking you for them.
Yes, I have them ask him all the time. So I end up selling my friends that because he's got a wonderful.
Oh, he does singing bowls too.
He does singing bowls too. Yeah, cool. We both went to Snowline together and graduated together. And
you did.
He does bowls too.
Both had the same inspiration then there.
Yeah, there was actually four of us that came out with the master
came
set. That ended up with a master set, and we all do. We all do.
You'll do the singing bowls.
Well,
I do know of a person that has a studio in Sutton, New Hampshire.
Really?
That's it's called. Cedar House Sound.
Oh.
Jerry Putnam, and he does a lot of alternative. He does any kind of recording.
Oh wow!
So
I'll have to connect with you on that.
We'll have to talk about that afterwards.
Exactly.
Because I'm also looking at doing some type of CD with my drums and toning with my drums and rattles. I wonder how that would go with your bowls. I wonder if there's a collaboration in the works.
There might be a good collaboration. It sounds great. You never know.
No.
I know people that use the drums and the bowls together. Yeah, and it can be quite amazing. That's a lot of vibration going on that could have some very powerful effects.
Well, I'm feeling like 2014. I don't know how it is for you. It's a creative year and a big year, and it's a 7. It's the year of the horse. The Chinese, they're just doing their new year now, I guess, but it's the Chinese year of the horse, which is huge. Power, freedom. I mean, you think of a galloping horse and freedom and power. And
I think this is the year that a lot of people are stepping outside their boundaries and trying to find
stepping outside that box and
do something new.
Yeah. New lifestyles. NewEarthLifestyles.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I know I am. I'm just feeling it inside of me, and I'm doing a lot of research in different areas and finding ways to put myself out there in a different way. And I think this show is one of them. I just love being here, and I've been such an introvert all of my life.
Well, This is a great show, and I've had a wonderful time.
I'm glad you were with us today, Tanji.
Yeah,
thank you for coming with your singing bowls and teaching us.
Thank you for having me. This has been so much fun.
Great.
Yeah, I enjoyed every minute of it.
Me too.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming, and I just wanted to say next week I have another guest coming, and that is Carissa Dorman, who is a medium and a psychic from Nashua. She's going to be coming and talking with us about how her life changed and how she got into allowing herself, well, whatever that, I don't even know exactly her whole story, but she'll be with us next week. So I hope you can join us. And I wanted to say, say thank you to Norm Moody, because the reason I have the show is because Norm Moody, who has Norm and Friends, that is on Wednesday afternoons here at the studio, and he invited me to be on his show a few times, and that kind of just opened up. It bloomed something inside of me that said, I need to do this on my own. And,
right.
and I never ever thought that this would ever happen. But here it is, because I've always been an introvert and, hiding accountant type of person. So I'm coming out, I'm blooming, and thank you to Nora Moody for being a catalyst for that, and also to Dawn Drew, my friend, who introduced me to Norm. And so it's amazing how one thing leads to another, and that's why I love having so many people on my show, like you, Tanji, and other things going on in our lives. And 2014 just feels like it's just blossoming and blossoming. Even though there's so much snow out there, it's really beautiful. I love the snow.
Right.
And in November, I hate the snow because I don't want to see it. But here in February, we're just getting so used to it. I'm kind of loving it, even though Manchester's a mess. The cities are really hard to get around in the snow because there's no parking and all that. But anyway, thanks for being with us, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And so remember, your heart knows the way, and we'll talk to you soon. Want to gong us out?
Gong us out.